Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine. So that is the Mighty Nine that has already started, that we're watching right now. We just got Mighty Nine Season 1, Episode 1. 45 minutes of incredible animated Dungeons and Dragons narrative. It is phenomenal. So very good. So what I want to talk about is who's responsible. So this is a absolutely massive, unmitigated leap of quality from Vox Machina. Vox Machina had already outperformed every single Dungeons and Dragons show ever put on film. Okay, it had already done that, right? But now, Mighty Nine has easily surpassed every single one of the Prime Video Legends of Vox Machina seasons. This is definitely going to be our best season. It is phenomenal. The characters are richer. The story is stronger and tighter. The stakes are higher. The Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine is phenomenal. Why? How did we get this huge catapult forward in quality for the Dungeons and Dragons narrative that is Mighty Nine? Well, it's thanks to three men. So I've already talked about what Jeff Bezos did to make this possible. Next, I want to talk about Matthew Mercer. We do need to give him his flowers. So Matthew Mercer, the biggest thing here is when you're looking at this story that's being presented on screen, it is fundamentally grounded in two Dungeons and Dragons canon hardbacks. That's why this is so strong, right? And that is it's fundamentally grounded in Dwendalia, right? And I think Matthew Mercer was scrawling together some notes for his game, but none of that mattered, right? That's all garbage. I have that, right? I have notebooks filled with my scrawlings, right? Nobody cares about that, right? I think what really locked Mighty Nine in was when Matthew Mercer wrote Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, and when his notes became more than campus, but became Dungeons and Dragons setting history, Dungeons and Dragons setting canon, Dungeons and Dragons setting lore, right? I think the moment that happened, Matthew Mercer knew that he had to get it right? Because it was no longer just for his extremely bad players, friends, right? Like they're terrible D&D players, generally. I really like. There's just so many. Like, I'm convinced that if the players had been as strong as Matthew Mercer, we'd be looking at an even larger success. Although I will admit at this point, Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine is the most significant success we've ever seen on Dungeons and Dragons, without a doubt. It's with maybe the exception of Stranger Things. Yeah. Actually, I am correct about that. Stranger Things is a bigger Dungeons and Dragons success than Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine. But Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine is pretty incredible, okay? All right. It's actually the number 2 achievement. But Matthew Mercer, when he realized that he was writing a Dungeons and Dragons setting, and that when he's dead, they will write new content in Exandria with brand new D&D canon designers and writers. That I think he was like, I can't just screw this up. This can't just be for Sam Riegel to dump on, right? Like, and to make D jokes in. This has actually got to be good. And Mighty Nine is good. Oh my gosh. Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine is phenomenal. It is the highest quality D&D narrative we have ever seen, ever. And I really believe the reason why this happened is once Matthew Mercer realized that he was writing a D&D setting, these weren't just notes these weren't just campaign notes in a useless notebook that would just get thrown away at some point, and that the best that would happen would be Sam Riegel would make some D jokes against his NPCs. I think he knew he had to bring the thunder, and boy did he. Jeff Bezos' Mighty Nine is phenomenal. It is just phenomenal. I'm extremely impressed with it. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.